Hello everyone, and welcome to the July 29th, 2018 edition of the Astrology News Report. I'm your intrepid host, Ron Berger. In this segment, we'll take a look at the upcoming planetary patterns and predictions. What's on the celestial agenda for July 29th to August 5th and beyond. But before beginning, a little reminder to viewers to please help out covering the costs of keeping this weekly report going. Just click on the link at the end of the video to make your donation. Thanks. There are some changes in the zodiac this week. Venus enters Virgo on Wednesday, August 1st. In Vedic astrology, Venus is considered to be debilitated, in other words, weakened in Virgo. The reason for this is that Virgo is the sign of discrimination, and Venus, being the planet of love, is supposed to accept everyone regardless. Virgo is something of a perfectionist, tending to be too critical of the lover. But Venus, as the planet of the arts, does produce a lot of artists when it is in Virgo, the sign of details. Anyway, getting away from the argument over how bad is Venus in Virgo, we do have something to be concerned about regarding Venus's situation while it is in this sign during August. Virgo is one of Mercury's signs. Remember, Mercury is getting heavily thrashed this month due to being retrograde in an inimical sign and aspected by Mars. Well, with Venus in Virgo, Mercury becomes Venus's dispositor this month. So, by the rules of Vedic astrology, Venus is not doing so well because its sign ruler is in the toilet. Now, by the same measure, we can look at Jupiter, which is in Venus's sign Libra. Okay, Jupiter is the good guy of the zodiac, so its beneficence should be able to pick up Venus's spirits some, right? Well, actually, no. Because it is Venus, which is already having some issues, that is the dispositor of Jupiter. So now Jupiter is suffering because its sign ruler is not in such good shape. And hey, it doesn't stop there. Saturn is in Jupiter's sign, Sagittarius. So the planet of restriction is contributing its problematic energy to Jupiter, and retrograde Mars and Ketu are in Saturn's sign, and we know that that combination isn't doing anybody any favors. So we see here a cascading effect where the problems of one planet affect another, and then another, and then another. So what's the takeaway? It's just that there's a pattern in the zodiac during August where essentially a number of planets are in a detrimental state, which, along with other planetary patterns, like Mercury retrograde versus Mars retrograde, indicate that August is not a month for making progress in anything. The good news? Things will pick up in September. Meanwhile, Mars and Uranus are going to be in an exact square aspect, in other words, 90 degrees apart, this week. The square aspect is a dynamic planetary aspect, in other words, more prone to producing events. Due to its retrograde motion, Mars has been backing up for the past several weeks in Capricorn. Meanwhile, in Aries, Uranus has been slowing down in preparation for its retrograde period. Retrograde planets are close to the Earth and therefore bright in the heavens, therefore more powerful than usual. The time period when a planet is motionless in the zodiac, called stationary, is especially strong for that planet's energy. Okay, so now we have Mars, the planet of force and action, retrograde, which tends to pressurize the Mars energy, threatening an explosion. And now we have, in an exact 90-degree pattern with Mars, the planet of sudden, unexpected events, rebellion, and disruption. Gee, wonder what's going to happen. Further, since Uranus is in Aries, one of Mars's signs, Mars becomes the dispositor of Uranus. In other words, Mars is acting like Uranus. This arrangement further intensifies the Mars-Uranus square aspect. Okay, how about if we throw in another factor? The Moon is traveling along in the zodiac, fresh off its July 27th total eclipse, which, you'll recall, was conjunct retrograde Mars. And now remember, eclipses set up an energy pattern that needs another subsequent planetary interaction to actually cause an event. So, on Friday, August 3rd, the Moon will be in Aries and conjunct the Uranus side of the retrograde Mars square Uranus pattern. The Mars-Uranus square won't be as exact as on Wednesday, Thursday, but it's still pretty friggin' close, and the Moon's energy can set things off even when the pattern isn't exact. Already over the past week, there have been some pretty terrifying destructive events still continuing, and we can expect more of this sort of thing this week. Like I've been saying, August is a bad month. Okay, enough bad news for now. And before leaving you, a big thank you to those who are helping to keep the Astrology News Report going and ad-free. You too can become a supporter. Just click on or touch the donation card you see here, which will take you to the donation page. Thanks. And until next week.